everybody. Happy Monday. Yay, it's Monday. I don't know, I always like to start here for you to look at my lovely background. It's a cloudy day, it's been raining. And if you look at the palm trees, there's no breeze. I think this is a little bit more about what summer's like here in Belize. And I'll tell you what, it feels a lot hotter when there's no breeze, but I still wanted to say hi with the beautiful palm trees. And we're going to come inside today, and today I want to talk to you a little bit more about joy. Joy, joy, joy. So come on inside with me. Say goodbye to my outside. Beautiful. Come on in. Come on in. Oh, I had a hard time getting started today. How are you? Woo! Hi. Okay, let me see. Let me get everything right here. Okay, it looks pretty good. How are you? So today I want to read you something about joy and where it comes from and why it's so important. Hi, Diane. Mwah, mwah, mwah. How are you? We're going to talk about joy today. Are you feeling joy yet? Because if you're not, you're going to feel it by the time that I'm through. I promise. So I want to read you this book, and I want to show it to you. It's by Pema Chodron. She's one of my favorite meditation Buddhist teachers. You don't have to be a meditator to enjoy her. She writes beautifully about present time consciousness. And that is really what it's all about. And this book is called Awakening Loving Kindness. Oh, you feel joy? Good, Diane. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it to you, but first I want to ask you a question. Where does joy come from? And that is a really big question, and the reason that I want to know is because if you think joy comes from a situation, like for instance, I live in Belize, that makes me joyful, sort of true. Or if you think something beautiful happened to you, like, oh, let's just say that you went to a wedding, or that a baby was born, or it was your baby that was born, joyful. But really, how joy is created is not from the actual situation itself. It's from what you think about it, which is really important because what we think creates all kinds of realities for us. And if joy is what you're looking for, joy is a feeling. Where does joy come from? If it's a feeling, it comes from a thought. It comes from what you think. So all that really matters if you want to feel joyful is what you think. So if you think, oh, it's cloudy outside and it's raining, it is today, a little bit. I don't feel joyful. I feel tired. It comes from your thought. It does not come from the weather. Weather does not create joy. Your thoughts about the weather do. So for instance, I love it when it's cloudy outside, especially here, because when it's less sunny, it actually feels better. But more than anything, when I look outside and I think of, oh my gosh, how did all this get here? I had absolutely nothing to do with it. The beautiful palm trees, the Caribbean Sea, the color of it is amazing, and I had absolutely nothing to do with the colors of the sea and how it all gets there and how it comes in. That's what is really joyful. So what I'm going to do is I want to read you this from Pema Chodron, and then I want to talk about it just a little bit about joy. So I haven't quite figured out how I can read to you and do this video. So I'm just going to kind of look straight ahead and read it, and I just want you to hear about it. So this is what she says about joy. Joy has to do with seeing how big and how completely unobstructed and how precious things are. Resenting what happens to you and complaining about your life are like refusing to smell the wild roses when you go for a morning walk, or like being so blind that you don't see this huge black raven when it lands in the tree that you're sitting under. We can get so caught up in our own personal pains or worries that we don't notice that the wind has come up, or that somebody has put flowers on the dining room table, or that when we walked out in the morning the flags weren't up and that when we came back they were. Resentment and bitterness and holding a grudge prevents us from seeing and hearing and tasting and delighting. And she goes on to tell this story, and it is my favorite story of all time about creating joy. So this is the story she says. There's a story of a woman running away from tigers. She runs, and the tigers are getting closer and closer. And when she comes to the edge of the cliff, she sees some vines there. And so she climbs down and she holds on to the vines. And looking down, she sees that there are tigers below her as well. She then notices a mouse is gnawing away at the vine to which she is clinging. And she also sees a beautiful little bunch of strawberries close to her, growing out of a clump of grass. She looks up and she looks down. She looks at the mouse, and then she just takes a strawberry and puts it in her mouth and enjoys it thoroughly. Tigers above and tigers below. This is actually the predicament that we are always in terms of our birth and death. Each moment is just what it is. It might be the only moment of our life. It might be the only strawberry we'll ever eat. We could get depressed about it, or we could finally appreciate it and delight in the preciousness of every single moment of your life. Now, if that doesn't help you have the most beautiful Monday ever, I don't know what will. But if you're looking outside of you for your joy and saving it for something special, then you're keeping yourself from feeling the moment of what is actually going on right this very moment. And it is this moment in time, me talking to you, you doing whatever you're doing, and how you can create it for yourself by appreciating this one very special moment. No matter what's ahead of you and no matter what's behind you, this is all you really have, this special moment. So for today, I want you to live in joy, joy, joy. Create it everywhere you can. Appreciate it whenever you can. And the feeling that you'll have inside of you will help you do the things that you most want to do. Hey, anything you do from joy is always good. And it always creates good results. Always. And if treating yourself beautifully is what you want, do it from a place of joy. Do it from a place of appreciation of yourself and of your body. Whatever it is that you have right now, appreciate it. Appreciate it. If it's too heavy, if it doesn't weigh exactly what you want it to weigh, there is so much joy in it anyway. It does things for you that if you didn't have it, you'd appreciate it so much if it came back. Appreciate it now. Tigers above and tigers below. That is the predicament. What you have right now is this very, very precious moment. Enjoy it. Happy Monday, and see you next Monday. Bye-bye.